Hello and welcome to this video that shows you how to use the basic functionality of SignNow. And yeah, this should be very helpful. This is Professor Jason Morgan from Shaw University. I'm kind of showing you some of the very basic functionalities of SignNow. You actually have to have an account with SignNow to kind of do what I'm going to be doing here, so keep that in mind. So SignNow is just signnow.com. And so you go there and you get to the login page. Now, once I hit login, it'll pull up all the documents that I've been working on or want to work on. So for the sake of security, so I'm going to just pull up this one. So I've redacted the ones that I've currently working on. And as I'll show you later, you can set it up your these files as when you go to send them off to get signed, you can either have them be signed in a particular order, or you can say, hey, it doesn't matter who signs it in what order. But in here, it'll show the different documents that I have already sent out and who I'm waiting signatures on and stuff like that. So we're going to start with, so how do you basically get a form is, have any form you want. And I've noticed that it's worked with Microsoft Word documents. It also worked with PDFs. So all I did was just, in this case, I just dragged this file right here. It's called Basic Form Test, and I just dropped it here. I'm not going to do it again because it's already there. But when I did that, then it added this file to SignNow, but it's not really ready to do anything yet, okay? So what I'm going to do now to start with this document is I'm going to go to these three dots over here, and when I click on the three dots, it's going to bring up some options. The very first option is open, okay? Open. So I'm going to pretend that I'm going to do that, and you'll see what happens next. Okay, once I've hit open, this is the basic document that I had created from somewhere else and just dragged and dropped into SignNow. So let's say this is just a basic form where I need to have the student sign something and date it, and then the advisor sign it and date it. And it could be any number of reasons why. Well, so the first thing I need to figure out is how many people need to sign it. Well, there's two. So I need to manage the recipients. So this is done by clicking on up here, manage recipients, because right now there's only one. We want to manage recipients. And so we want the students first. So we'll just call that, we'll just use my email address. And for giggles, I'll put in their name. Okay. You'll notice over here, it's if you have folks that you commonly have stuff, you can just drag and stuff their information over. But so now I need to add a second recipient, which would be the advisor. Okay. And I'm going to, again, just use my email address just because I don't want to bother anyone. Now, if you're using the same email address, it won't let you do that. So I'm going to, unless you have a different name, so I'm putting in my pen name, my author name, J. Lloyd Morgan. Okay, so now I've got two recipients, and then I'm going to hit Save Changes. Okay, so now I have two recipients, and they're different colors. Isn't that nice? Okay, so the first thing I want to do is set up a signature for the student. So this is the student. They're the blue. So I'm going to take signature, and I'm just going to left click, and I'm going to drag and drop it. Okay, and you'll notice that it's a little too big, so I can resize it to whatever size I want. I'll make it nicey nice. Okay. And then I'm going to I need to do the date. So I'm going to just put the date over here. And that little orange line just lets you kind of know if you're kind of on the same plane. Now, if you click over here, oh, I put that thing in, I want to click out of there. If you click over here, oh, I'm adding them everywhere. Oh my goodness. Well, you just can hit delete on these. And if you accidentally add one somewhere, just hit delete. Okay, so that's the first person. Now I need to add the second person. So I just click on the second person and do signature. And it keeps the same. And that line just kind of lets me know, hey, you've got that lined up with the other one. And I want to do the date. Now we should get two lines. Woo, beautiful. Okay. So, oops. See, I just told you not to do that, and I did it. Okay. So now I've got this. So now I'm ready for them to send this off. Okay. So then I'm going to hit continue. And it's going to do the voodoo it does. Do the voodoo you do. Okay, now at this point in time, you can say, hey, look, I want them to sign it in order, meaning that this the first person has to sign it before the second person is even aware of the document. So once they sign it, then it'll go to the next person, and you can do so on and so on and so on and so on. Okay, or you can click on here and say it doesn't really matter who signs it in what order. Okay, it's really up to you, but in order. And then you would hit send invite. Okay, and then once it sends an invite, then the recipient will get an email from SignNow, and in these little boxes over here that we had set up, all they have to do is click on the name, their little box, and it'll sign their name for you. It'll just like digitally sign their name and put in the date automatically, and then they just have to hit finish, and then it goes to the next person. And it's a completely legal document. And then when everyone signed it, then a message will be sent to the person who created the document saying, hey, it's been done. And then that email, you can either download that file there, or you can go back into SignNow and you can download the document. And then let's say you need to send that to the registrar or to academic affairs or to HR or whatever. Okay, so that's the basic one. That's the basic one. Okay, now we're going to go to another one. We're going to go look at the change of major and minor form. So let's say someone wants to add English as a minor. Okay, awesome. We can take that. Okay. Now, some of the forms you can kind of pre-fill. So like if there's information you already know you can pre-fill, you can do that ahead of time. You don't have to necessarily have everything done through SignNow. So you'll see in just a second. So again, I would go over here to the three dots and click open to this change of major or minor form. And again, this change of major or minor form, I actually had taken that blank form and I had added some information to it, and then I dragged and dropped it and put it in here. So keep that in mind. That's the thing. Okay. So I'm going to go to here and click open. Now, sometimes when you put in a document that says, hey, we think we found some fields for you to put in. Honestly, I found this to be more of a headache than anything else, because it'll try to put, and there's certain things I want them to fill out and certain things I don't. So I'm just going to hit skip. Okay, now the first thing I need to figure out again is how many folks need to sign this. Okay, so you can see what I already added. So before I even uploaded this to SignNow, I had added the minor English, and I knew that the minor advisor was Jason Morgan. Okay, so let's say, okay, so we're not dealing with the major concentration or anything like that. So let's see, I need a signature from the advisor, I need a signature from the division head, and then I need a student signature and their date. So I need 3 people. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just add those 3 folks, and I'll just pause the video so you don't have to watch me do that process again. Okay, so again, what I did is I clicked on Manage Recipients, and I added the 3 folks that need to sign it, which would be the advisor, the division head, and the student signature. Okay, now you'll notice that even though I pre-filled like their information of which minor it is and who the advisor is, the student really should fill out this top information up here. And how you can do that is, so let's say the student is the blue person. So you can take a text box and kind of put it in place, and again, you can kind of just move it to size, and then take another text box and move it to size. Okay. And again, I'm going to pause the video and fill out the rest of these real quick. Okay, so actually I'm back, so I'm still working on this, but just remember you can always resize these, and it kind of remembers the last size you did. So when I go to do text over here for telephone number, it's going to be like, what in the world? I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll just make it smaller, right? And then I can just move the whole thing to where I want it to be. Okay, so now I'll pause it again. Okay, so I have done that, and well, I don't, come on, go away. I did you. Anyway, okay, so I have added these text boxes. Come on, why are you being a silly goose? Let's just put you there again. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now I need to also have the student sign it. So I'm going to go to signature, and they're going to sign it here at the bottom. We're going to make their place to sign it a little bit bigger. And then the date. Okay. All right, so that's everything that they need to do in blue. So when this goes to the first recipient, which would be the student, it gives them not only the place to sign and date it, but says they need to fill out these text forms. Again, this information. So that's where they can just do it that way. Okay, and then we need to do the minor advisor. So we're going to just do signature, boom there, date, boom there. And then we're going to go to the third person, which is the division head or the department head or the dean, whoever you want to call them on any given day. And put them there, boom. Okay, so now I have all the stuff in order of who's going to be, all the stuff that I need. Okay, then I'm going to hit continue. And it's doing its thing. Okay, so again, I can do it all at the same time or in order. In a situation like this, I would have it do it in order where it would go to the student first, and then it would go to the advisor, and then so on. And again, that's how you do it. Anyway, so that's the basic. And then when you're done, you'd hit send invite, and then it goes off into Happy Land. And there you go. So that's the basic features of how to use SignNow and how to set it up as far as how to put the different stuff in. So hope that's helpful because. Yeah, that's all I got for right now. I'm pretty tired. All right, thanks.